To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to change you into something else is life's greatest accomplishment. That's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that I loved for years, but when I heard it recently while speaking to a high school English class, it really changed in meaning for me. Let's take a minute to talk about why self-love is so important. When you talk about why it's important to love yourself, there are people who will immediately tell you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And that's true, but it's a totally different conversation. The truth is, you should love yourself because you deserve to love yourself. And because loving and being yourself is one of the most powerful weapons you can have in the world. It can break through stereotypes and shatter glass ceilings, all if you're willing to try. I believe that people are kind and people are good. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of parts of society that are really problematic. And there are people that are going to tell you that you have to fit into some kind of box in order to actually be a success in life. This isn't just about weight loss or excess skin or any of the things that I've personally gone through. There are people who are going to tell you you can't succeed because you were born a certain way, because of your gender or your ethnicity or your sexuality. There are people who are going to tell you you can't be something great because you have tattoos or piercings or a weird haircut. And I promise you, these people are always wrong. Because here's the truth. You're strong. You're more powerful than you can ever imagine. And if you embrace who you are instead of trying to confine it in order to please other people, not only will you be able to succeed, you're gonna break the mold. People who are trendsetters, they aren't the ones who followed certain ideas about what you had to look or had to act in order to get far. These are the people who are revolutionaries. And it's not gonna be easy. It really isn't. There's gonna be still times when you struggle when you look in the mirror because that's what was taught to you when you were young. Loving yourself doesn't mean you don't get insecure or self-conscious. Loving yourself means that you don't let those things stop you from enjoying the person that you are. Everybody gets insecure at some point. Hell, at some point even Beyonce was insecure and she woke up like this. #flawless. In a world that is constantly trying to make you into something else, everything you do for yourself is a small revolution. Every tattoo you get, every time you change your style, every time you embrace your gender, your sexuality, your ethnicity, every time you do something that society says you shouldn't, that's when you really break the mold. That's how you change things. I mean, unless being yourself is like serial killing people and keeping them in your basement, in that case you really should not be yourself, you should be medicated. It's important to love yourself because you only get one life, and it's short. And you deserve to spend it loving and caring for yourself. We're all so critical and we hate ourselves so much all the time for things we can't even change. And even when it comes to the stuff we can change, it's still tricky. Remember, there's a very important difference between changing because you hate yourself and changing because you want to be more. One is done from shame and the other one is done from love. Let's use weight loss as an example. Let's say you decide that you want to drop 20 pounds. Take a second to ask yourself why. Do you want to do it because you want to change your lifestyle? Because you want to be healthier? Because you want to feel more attractive? That's fantastic. You should totally follow it. But just make sure they're decisions that you're making for yourself. Or do you want to drop 20 pounds because the person you're into thinks you're ugly and gross the way you are? Do you want to drop 20 pounds because you think people are judging you? This is the wrong way to go about it, because when you meet other people's standards for your happiness, you're never going to be good enough for them. Changing because you want to be better is fantastic and wonderful, but when you change because you're ashamed or because other people are shaming you, that's the wrong way to go about it. If you're happy with your size, but you feel like you have to lose weight because other people are judging or shaming you about it, these people are wrong. There's no standard for beauty because people come in all shapes and sizes. There's no standard for beauty because there's no standard for people. Experiment with the person you are if you want to. Embrace the weirdness just inherent in being a human being. Change your style around. Get a weird haircut. Embrace your sexuality, your gender, your ethnicity, all that stuff. But do it because you want to do it and not because you feel like others are judging you into doing it. That's the most important thing here. It's really that simple. If you're yourself completely and totally and promise not to serial kill anybody, I swear you'll be great. You can do this. I believe in you. And I know I'm just some dude. What does my opinion matter? But we're all just some dude. Or some chick. Or some non-binary person. We're all just human beings. We're not labels. We're not the things that define us. We're so much bigger than that. I think I've rambled enough for this video. Next time, we're going to talk about the steps to self-love. Follow me on myannoyances.tumblr.com. Look up facebook.com/myannoyances channel if you want to follow my updates and more about my story, and I promise you'll know more details as soon as I do. Alright, boys and girls, be good. Alright, boys and girls, be good. That was lame. That was so lame. Oh, crap. Oh, Jesus. Let's pretend it's not happening. Just keep walking away from the camera, guys. Alright.